I never imagined my car rap would bring cops to my door and spark an HOA war that split our neighborhood. Can you believe how far one control-obsessed neighbor went to force me to peel the custom design off my Tesla? My sleek black Tesla was now a head-turner, wrapped in a vibrant green to blue shimmer that danced in the sunlight. Some splurge on luxury trips. I wanted my hard-earned money to shine every day. Living in Oakridge Meadows meant keeping things classy, but the HOA rules never banned car wraps outright. My phone pinged with a text from my buddy Sam. "Man, your car's unreal!" "Cost a fortune?" I was typing a reply when I spotted Lisa Harper across the street, notepad in hand, snapping photos of my driveway. Our eyes locked. She quickly turned, pretending to check her mailbox. Her pinched expression made my gut twist. "Here we go," I muttered. Lisa had moved in 6 months ago and was already infamous. The Browns lost their basketball hoop. The Kims got slapped with a fine for leaving trash cans out too long. Old Mr. Patel had to repaint his fence because it was ivory instead of the HOA's approved cream. Ignoring her, I headed to work. As a graphic designer, I live for bold aesthetics, and my car screams my vibe. At the office, coworkers raved about my killer ride. If only my neighbors were as stoked. That evening, a note was tucked under my windshield wiper. My stomach dropped as I read it. Notice of violation. Your vehicle violates Oakridge Meadows HOA Section 7.2. No unusual vehicle modifications are visible from the street. Correct within 48 hours. It wasn't even on official letterhead, just plain paper with a cheesy logo. I crumpled it and tossed it in the recycling. If the HOA had a problem, they'd need to do better than that. That night, I scoured the HOA bylaws. Section 7.2 was maddeningly vague. Vehicles must uphold community standards and avoid unusual modifications. No mention of wraps. Mrs. Carter's bright yellow Mustang was fine. The Lees had a minivan with a cartoon family mural. Why was my car the issue? At 7:45 p.m., my doorbell rang. There stood Lisa, her smile as fake as her tan. "Hi, neighbor," she chirped. "I see you ignored the violation notice." I leaned against the doorframe. "Lisa, that wasn't official. If the HOA's got beef, they can contact me directly." Her smile twitched. "As neighborhood watch chair, I report violations. Your car's loud. Neighbors are complaining." "Which neighbors?" I pressed. She stiffened. "I can't disclose that. But the rules don't ban wraps." I cut in. "The Lee's minivan has a custom paint job. No one cares." Lisa's eyes narrowed. "That was before I started enforcing standards. Oakridge Meadows isn't a car show." I held my ground. "Unless I get an official HOA letter, my car stays." She spun away, muttering, "We'll see." The next day, Lisa was door to door with what looked like a petition. From my home office, I saw neighbors take her flyers but hesitate. Mrs. Gomez, whose lawn ornaments Lisa had targeted, practically slammed her door. That afternoon, an email from HOA President Mr. Douglas landed. "Your vehicle may violate Section 7.2. Please attend Thursday's emergency board meeting, 7 p.m., Community Center." Then my phone rang. It was Mike from down the street. "Lisa's after your Tesla, huh?" She tried to get me to sign some community standards petition. I said your car's dope. She wasn't happy. He chuckled. "Document everything. These rules are murky." That night, I caught Lisa snapping more pics of my car. When she saw me, she smirked and waved. On the community Facebook page, she posted, "Worried about property values? Join Thursday's meeting to discuss tacky vehicles." Comments were split. Some backed me. "Let him live. Focus on the busted park swings." Others sided with Lisa. "Rules are rules. This isn't a racetrack." I prepped for the meeting, photographing every custom vehicle in the neighborhood, paint jobs, decals, rims. If they wanted to play hardball, I'd demand equal enforcement. Wednesday, I came home to a crowd by my driveway. Lisa, arms crossed, was lecturing a cop, pointing at my Tesla. My pulse raced as I approached. "Problem, officer?" I asked, voice steady. Officer Reed looked uneasy. "Got a call about an illegal vehicle mod causing a disturbance." Lisa jumped in. "It's reflective." "A driving hazard." I faced Reed. "It's a non-reflective wrap. No city code bans it." He nodded. "I see no violation. This is an HOA issue, not police." Lisa's face turned crimson. "But the rules." "Civil matter, ma'am," Reed said, giving me a sorry glance before leaving. Lisa jabbed a finger at me. "This isn't over. Tomorrow, the community will decide." She stormed off, phone already out. Mrs. Gomez approached. "That woman's unhinged. First my ornaments, now this. You at the meeting?" "Wouldn't miss it," I said. She grinned. "Good. We need to stop her reign." Sleep was impossible. This wasn't just about my car anymore. It was about Lisa's power trip. Thursday's meeting was packed, with 50 residents crammed into the community center. Lisa sat up front, a binder open, whispering to her cronies. Mr. Douglas, a retired principal who loathed drama, called the meeting to order, sweat beading on his brow. "We're here to discuss a vehicle at 128 Birch Lane." Lisa stood, facing the crowd. "This isn't just about one car. Our standards are crumbling." She flashed laminated photos of my Tesla. "This wrap is a safety hazard, reflective, distracting. Kids stop to stare. Drivers slow down. It's a street racing eyesore." I stood calm but firm. "Thanks for coming, everyone. I've got evidence." I handed the board folders with photos of 20 other modified vehicles, the vague bylaw text, and a letter from my wrap shop confirming non-reflective materials. "If this is about standards, enforce them equally." My car's professional, parked in my driveway. Mrs. Gomez spoke next. "I've been here 12 years. This used to be a friendly place. Now Lisa's after my lawn ornaments, Patel's fence, and this car. Where's it end?" The room murmured in agreement. Lisa snapped. "The HOA protects property values." Quirky touches add up to tackiness. Mike stood. "My red Mustang's custom. 5 years, no complaints. Why is his car a problem?" Lisa stammered. "Yours is, less extreme." I countered. "Your Mustang's not factory red. It's custom." Mr. Douglas squirmed. "Let's vote." Lisa waved a printed email. "A realtor says loud mods can cut property values by 4%. A board member frowned. "This doesn't mention wraps." An elderly man spoke up. "I left my last HOA because of petty fights like this. Don't let it happen here." The room shifted against Lisa. She grew frantic. "If we don't enforce rules, they're worthless." "I've got a petition." Mrs. Gomez cut in. "You said that was for recycling bins." Chaos erupted. Douglas banged his gavel. "Enough. The board will decide in 48 hours. Lisa wasn't done. Section 11.1 lets homeowners sue over violations. The threat landed hard. Would she sue over a wrap? As people left, some slapped my back, others avoided me. The neighborhood was divided. Mike and Mrs. Gomez lingered. "She's losing it," Mike said. "But she's got allies," Mrs. Gomez warned. "She bakes for new residents, strategic." That night, a note was under my wiper, "Awesome car. Don't back down. A neighbor." It gave me hope, but Lisa's driveway powwow with 2 others unnerved me. Researching HOA law, I found courts favored clear, consistent rules. Our vague bylaw might save me. A text from an unknown number hit, "Boards leaning 3-2 against you. Douglas is torn." I replied. "Who's this?" No answer. Friday morning, a certified HOA letter arrived. I braced for bad news, but it was a shock. The board tabled my case to revise Section 7.2 with community input. No fines for now. Relief hit, then suspicion. Lisa wouldn't stop. That afternoon, a Channel 5 news van rolled up. Lisa greeted the crew, pointing at my house. She'd called the media. At 3 a.m., I found a bylaw footnote. Mods must provably harm property values or safety, requiring expert assessment. Lisa had none. I texted Mike for Mustang pics and got photos from 6 neighbors showing ignored violations: Carter's purple door, Patel's fountain, then Gwynn's garden. I marched to Douglas's house at 7 a.m. He answered in a robe, coffee in hand. "This better be urgent." I laid out my binder. "No assessment was done. Here are 18 unaddressed violations. Enforce on me alone, and it's discriminatory." He sighed. Lisa filed 30 complaints in 4 months. Her lawyer husband scares the board. I followed Lisa as she hassled Mrs. Ellis, a widow, about her bird feeder. Mrs. Ellis looked crushed. I approached her. "Lisa's bullying everyone. Will you speak at the next meeting?" She nodded, teary. I rallied 15 households. Mike set up a group chat. Another HOA letter came, with a 24-hour fine warning, but Douglas's note read, "Keep fighting." I found Lisa's fence violated property lines by 4 feet. Then Mike texted, "Lisa called cops on the Gomez kids' lemonade stand. Unauthorized business." Officer Reed returned, apologetic. "Lisa says your car's a traffic hazard. Any crashes?" I asked. "No," he admitted. "She's called us 8 times this week. My boss is fed up." At the next meeting, 60 residents packed the room. Mrs. Ellis clutched photos of her late husband's bird feeder. The Gomez kids held up posters showing their lemonade stand's charity donations. Lisa arrived with her lawyer husband, her smirk fading at the crowd. Douglas started. "We're revisiting 128 Birch Lane's rap." I presented my case: photos, bylaws, and inconsistent enforcement. "Rules must be fair." Mrs. Ellis shared her bird feeder story. The Gomez's told of the lemonade stand shutdown. Neighbor after neighbor spoke. Lisa exploded. "I'm saving our property values. My husband will sue." Her husband shifted, silent. I offered a bylaw rewrite, clear standards, mediation before fines, and a committee to review violations. I flashed Lisa's fence violation subtly. Her husband spoke. "Selective enforcement risks lawsuits. Clear rules benefit all." Lisa gaped. The board voted 5-1 for my plan, suspending my violation. Post-meeting, neighbors planned a barbecue. Lisa left fast. Officer Reed, off-duty, said, "My HOA's a mess too. We're now checking ordinance violations before responding." I toned down my rap to a subtler teal. Lisa's fence was fixed. The Gomez kids' stand reopened with HOA signs. Mrs. Ellis's feeder became a wildlife feature. Lisa joined the landscaping committee, softening over time. Oakridge Meadows won a city award for community governance. A reporter asked how it started. I glanced at Lisa, now gardening with the Gomez kids. One person stood up for everyone. Even the toughest people can change if included right. My Tesla still sparkles, a symbol of how compassion over conflict can reshape a community. What do you think? Was I right to fight Lisa's bullying, or should I have just removed the rap? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate how far you'd go to stand your ground or handle a neighbor like Lisa.